Okay, perfect. I just started the recording, then this webinar will be also sent to you via email, or we might post it on YouTube so that you can also go and check that out. I'll just need 1 minute of your time to start. And I see that people are still joining. And today we will be talking about ActiveProtect Manager, just so you know. Let me share my screen and we can start. I hope you can see the screen. Can you please type something if you see the screen or not? Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you for reactions. Okay, then we can start. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Synology webinar called Advanced Features of ActiveProtect Manager. Quick introduction, my name is Emir. I'm an account manager at Synology, and I'm hosting this webinar from our office in Düsseldorf, Germany. So let's start without losing any time. Now, in terms of your Synology, SMB, small to medium business, disaster recovery, there's essentially 3 packages you would have used classically with your Synology NAS. Take this, okay. And now with a lot of different features inside of ActiveProtect Manager, will in spirit replace several of these packages you see on screen here. Active Backup for Business, I'll from now on call it ABB, is your complete endpoint and SaaS backup. Snapshot replication serves as a way to move data off your primary backup NAS to a secondary one, and Hyper Backup allows you to backup data to the cloud. So ActiveProtect Manager is an evolution of the foundation that these different packages build. And Synology now supports many backup and data transfer apps like Cloud Sync, Active Backup for Microsoft 365, Synology Drive, ABB, Snapshot Replication, and Hyper Backup. Setting up secure, immutable, and encrypted backups required using multiple tools and deep knowledge of each of our solutions. To simplify enterprise backups and reduce the workloads on IT's shoulders, Synology created ActiveProtect Manager Suite, an all-in-one solution with dedicated hardware and software for centralized, secure backup management. So today we'll explore APM, ActiveProtect Manager, starting with its enterprise backup software, structure, and key features. Next, we will review the dedicated Synology hardware used for storing backups in certain setups. And finally, we'll cover integration options with existing Synology devices and security settings to meet various compliance needs of yours. Let's start with section 1, focusing on ActiveProtect Manager software. In this section, we will first look at the structure of APM, including the roles of its hardware components and how they are organized. Then we'll cover backup plans, which act as organization-wide policies. And finally, we will review restore options, including self-service recovery for end users. ActiveProtect Manager, it's a system designed to scalably protect everything in a single platform or cluster. With ActiveProtect Manager, you are able to back up SaaS, virtual machine, physical server, PC and Mac, file server and NAS data, as well as databases like Oracle and SQL databases, all in one singular platform. Now, to accomplish protection for these different backup objects, ActiveProtect Manager deploys a 3-2-1-1-0 backup strategy. Now, this is a little bit of an evolution of the 3-2-1 backup strategy that we already have. This 3-2-1 being 3 different copies, at least 2 different mediums, at least 1 copy offsite. The 1 and 0 that we are adding right now in this different backup strategy includes at least 1 copy immutable and 0 errors across your entire backup system. So this is 3-2-1-1-0 strategy, and this is deployed by ActiveProtect Manager in the environment. Now that we know that what system can backup and protect, we know the overall backup strategy. Let's discuss more on some diagrams and for some potential deployments of these data protect appliances. So in a single deployment, the backup server also acts as the management console, handling backups from endpoints like PCs, servers, virtual machines, file servers, and Microsoft 365. Even with just one data protect appliance, you can still meet the 3-2-1-1-0 backup rule by mounting remote storage like C2 storage, C2 object storage, AVS S3, or a remote vault, and copying backups off-site. The backup server also supports instant restores back to production site when needed. In a multi-site deployment, your main backup server acts as the central management console, overseeing both the production and the remote sites from a single interface. Backups from the production site can go to a local DP 7400, which is the management console, while backup copies can be sent directly to a remote DP series device or ActiveProtect Vault. The remote site also supports instant restores, enabling disaster recovery if the main site goes down, especially if a DR hypervisor is in place there. We have seen how ActiveProtect Manager works in standalone and small multi-site setups, but it's built to scale much further. So you can centrally manage up to 2,500 backup servers or sites. For example, in headquarters, you could host the main management console and devices like an high-density 6500 for long-term retention or for archiving. Each branch office can have its own local Synology backup server to handle nearby backups, PC servers, and again, Microsoft 365 and also virtual machines, and then send backup copies back to headquarters. This setup offers local performance for backup and restoration and centralized protection in case a branch server goes offline. Thanks to backup copies stored at headquarters, we can always do restoration. A key benefit of using APM and data protect appliances is the ability to leverage source side and cross-site deduplication, which maximizes storage efficiency and reduces bandwidth usage. On the diagrams, you see source side and cross-site deduplication, and the goal is to eliminate duplicate data transmission and minimize bandwidth usage. For example, during the first backup of an endpoint with blocks, as you see on the left-hand side, A, B, and C on top, these blocks are sent to the backup server, but when backing up another endpoint with blocks B, C, and D, only the block D is sent because there are some matching data. A and B and C are already matching, so only block D is sent to the backup server. This avoids unnecessary data transfer, making backups far more efficient and enable you to have a better storage management. Let's take a step back and look at how source site and cross-site deduplication work with ActiveProtect Manager at each stage of your backup strategy. When backing up from the source to your primary backup server, ActiveProtect delivers about 2 times faster backup and restore speeds while cutting up to 99% of duplicate data transmission. Cross-site deduplication kicks in when sending backup copies to an off-site ActiveProtect appliance or to ActiveProtect Vault. On average, this achieves a 2-to-1 data reduction ratio, depending on how much duplicate data exists in your environment. By using ActiveProtect Manager on the agent, backup server, and repository, you maximize the benefits of global source site and cross-site deduplication. And we will be seeing a demo right now. These are pre-recorded videos, and I will try to explain. The dashboard provides, and this is the ActiveProtect Manager, and the dashboard provides an overview of your backup environment, including the duplication, usage trends, and backup duration. As your system grows, this dashboard will show more metrics to help monitor health and plan expansions. But now we will go to site management, and let's wait, it's loading. And you can configure failover service here and management server addresses, certificates, and access settings. And clicking into the ActiveProtect Manager device, it reveals hardware details like data transfer size, connectivity, storage health, bandwidth control, and also air gap. And we will come to this air gap functionality in the later time of our webinar. So in backup servers, we see the DP7400 as management server running in our system. To add another backup server to the cluster, we click on Add and copy the external address and connect key. And we will be trying to add DP340 to this cluster. So now we are in the DP340 model. We are in the dashboard of it. And we will go to site management, go to site settings, and we will say join. So we want to join to DP7400 cluster, and we will input the management server address, and we will also paste the connect key that we copied from DP7400, and we click on trust certificate, continue, and we'll just wait it to pair. So we'll go back to DP7400 once again. As you see, DP340 appears under backup servers, syncing configurations. After that, it can be fully managed from the same interface that we have. In ActiveProtect Manager, your backup strategy is managed entirely through backup plans once your infrastructure is set up. Today, we are focusing on the 3-2-1-1-0 backup strategy, which includes immutable backups, but all settings discussed here relate to immutable backups. But if immutability isn't required, ActiveProtect Manager also supports traditional options like grandparent, parent, child, or advanced retention rules. Immutable backup plans can be created for physical and virtual machines, as well as Microsoft 365 data, and these are applied as global site-wide policies. For physical devices, each plan includes a plan key, which is critical for agent setup. Agents only need the backup server, IP domain, and plan key. No user credentials are required. This simplifies deployment, especially when using group policy objects to push installations. Compared to Active Backup for Business, ABB, which requires user credentials for agent setup, ActiveProtect's use of plan keys significantly reduces the burden on users and streamlines onboarding. APM also offers several additional backup plan features: offsite backup copies to another ActiveProtect device, or to a vault, or to object storage. These can also be made immutable, like other Synology platforms, for example, ABP. ActiveProtect Manager is application aware, ensuring consistency using industry standard methods. A new feature in backup plans is support for full database backups for Microsoft SQL and also Oracle databases. We'll see another demo here. So we are back on the ActiveProtect Manager, looking at the same environment we worked on earlier. Now we will create a backup plan for physical and virtual machines. There are two options, as you can see: immutable protection plan or a regular one. And as you have to note that this is a permanent choice, so you need to create your plan from scratch if you want to change this. So we are selecting immutable because we want to show 32110 rule, and we will name the plan as spot immutable plan. And you can schedule backups based on each device's time zone or management server's time zone, especially useful for distributed environments. And we click on next, and we choose how many days of backup versions to retain here. And we will be selecting 30 days in this case, not 90, 30, but you can set 90 if you want. And in the default schedule, we define the backup frequency: hourly, daily, or weekly. We can choose whichever we want. So this will ensure the, and here we black out some times. So in these time zones, there will be no backups. And with custom scheduling, we can assign different backup frequencies to individual devices. Some devices may need hourly backups, while standard Windows or macOS devices might only require daily backups. So we set Windows and macOS as daily backups. So we can plan everything here. We click on next. And in the next step, we enable application-aware backups, which work with technologies like VMware tools, Hyper-V services, and VSS. We can also configure special processing rules for SQL and Oracle databases. And we will move on to advanced settings. And we can enable backup verification, which tests the backup by booting a low-res video image. So you can customize these settings for Windows servers as well. Then we can enable backup copies in the next stage. So here we enable backup copy. We can set a different retention rule here, retention period, and in this case we will select 1 year, and you can use another ActiveProtect device or external object storage like AVS S3 for destination. As you can see, we can also choose remote storage as destination. It can be ActiveProtect Vault, Synology C2 object storage, or AVS S3. But here in this case, we choose ActiveProtect appliance and we see the summary here. Now our spot immutable plan is ready, and we can filter the list to find it actually quickly. You can here change the settings if you want, adjust your settings. So we go back and we filter it as spot immutable. So we found it. And from the left menu, we go to machines, virtual machines, and click add, because we will apply this plan to specific virtual machines. So we select the target backup server DP340, which we added earlier. And we select the virtual machines to backup, VMware or Hyper-V. And by drilling down into the host, we can see all the available VMs. And here we select the Windows 10 VM and the system checks if the required tools are installed. So once everything checks out, we see green check marks, and then we assign the protection plan. The initial backup goes to DP 340 and then follows the spot immutable plan. And we can choose to start the backup immediately if we want. So we will start it. And on the activity screen, we'll see that the Windows 10 VM is being backed up according to the selected plan, as you can see. We'll now take a look at creating a backup plan for your Microsoft 365 data. And we will go to protection plans and create plan and select the Microsoft 365. And again, you will see two options, regular or immutable. We go with immutable. We name it as spot immutable SAS. And we can do the configurations here. We can set up the retention for 30 days and schedule backups hourly or daily or weekly. We select weekly. We can enable a secondary backup copy, and we can change the retention, keep the versions for 30 days again, and we can select the destination as well. And we click on next, and then we created our spot immutable SAS plan. So we'll just filter it and find it. And we will then assign this plan to the workloads we want to protect. And you can change the settings here again. So under cloud applications, you will see the tenants that are currently being backed up. And from actions to go auto backup settings, you can select which objects to back up. For example, 365 groups, SharePoint sites, etc. We will choose protection plans for each of them. And we are now activating spot immutable SAS for these services. And Microsoft 365 will then send backup data to the selected backup server based on this plan. And when you click on save, all users and services will begin to be protected. And this ensures also your Microsoft 365 data is securely backed up. So we have now covered the full demo of backup plans for physical machines, virtual machines, and Microsoft 365. To summarize, here is the ActiveProtect Manager Protection cheat sheet outlining the available protection features for each type of workload. So this cheat sheet is also available in the Synology knowledge base on Synology.com. So you can visit and download this cheat sheet on your own. We just went over all the different things you can back up in ActiveProtect Manager. Let's take a look at these restores. For the physical PCs and Mac devices, you can do image restoration or file level recovery. For physical Windows servers and Linux servers, for example, you can do image restoration and again file level recovery, physical to virtual full restores and instant restores. Now, next on the list is virtual machine restores inside of ActiveProtect Manager for Hyper-V and VMware. Both of these different backup sources can enjoy instant restore back to their original platform or cross-platform and do file level recovery and full recovery back into those platforms. Last on the list, we have software as service with Microsoft 365, which allows for granular file and folder level restore to different accounts, or restore archive mailboxes, permissions, etc. And the dashboard is back in front of us, and there are, as you can see, 901 protected workloads already, including many physical device backups under PC and Mac. And for example, we go to DL833 and we open the recovery portal. And there we see there are two options: full machine recovery or file level recovery via the recovery portal. In the version section, you can see backups from last month and this month also. So you can select the desired version. And if you want to do restore entire machine, you click on that. And there are tips on creating recovery media and configuring drivers for restoring entire machine. So it will guide you how to do that. But for this demo, we'll choose browsing files. And we can download files directly from the portal. The recovery portal can allow users to recover their own files through self-service. You can restrict recovery to admins only or grant user access as needed. User self-service helps reduce the workload on IT administrators, I have to say. So we'll skip that part. As you can see, we're downloading it. Another demo, this time we are restoring critical infrastructure components, not just an ordinary PC. So let's take a look at it. So we go to physical server, but those options are grayed out since we don't have a backup of a physical server right now. For virtual machines, we'll go to virtual machines. And here in this case, similar restore options are active. We will now find our Windows 10 VM here from VMware. If we are filtering it, we found Windows 10. And you can see all the backups. And we will power off the Windows 10 from VMware. As you can see, it's shut off. And we are deleting it from the disk. As you can see, Windows 10 is deleted from the virtual machine. And we go back to our ActiveProtect manager and we restore it immediately. You can select most recent version, or you can select latest version created before. So we click on next. So you will, if you check on power on virtual machines after restoration, it will also boot up your virtual machine. So as you can see, it's already restoring. As you can see, our Windows 10 is restored and it's automatically booting up the Windows 10. We'll see in a second. So as you can see, Windows 10 is automatically booting up after restoration if you clicked on that check. And you will see how much time it took. It was only 30 seconds, and using vMotion, the VM is moved live into the production environment, and with ActiveProtect Manager, this is seamless, and a fast recovery is quite possible. We can move on. Another demo, we are back in the control panel, and now we are going to restore cloud data. So we will be deleting Jon Snow's, a file from Jon Snow's OneDrive. I'm pretty sure that most of you know Jon Snow, who is he. So we go to Jon Snow's OneDrive, and we will remove the file from the OneDrive. We're deleting it, and we will also delete it from the recycle bin as well, so that we are sure that the data is gone completely. So it's no longer available in the user's OneDrive. Next, we will go to the recovery portal in ActiveProtect Manager, and we can view and inspect different versions of the file. So we'll find the file, RAID, PowerPoint. So we locate the deleted presentation, and you can either download it via the browser or restore it directly. And we can choose the retain sharing permissions or change the target's account so it can be restored to another account. And we are selecting where we are restoring it from, and we click on restore. And the recovery progress is visible through the portal. As you can see, it's loading. And once completed, we find the file in the restore folder. Maybe we can, yep, we're in the restore folder, and here is the file. From here, it can easily be moved back to its original location. And this shows that restoring Microsoft 365 data with ActiveProtect Manager is also quite fast and simple. So moving on into section 2, we are going to take a look at the hardware in the ActiveProtect Manager environment, the data protection appliances themselves. In terms of data protection appliance models available today, we are starting off with the DP7400, which is the most powerful device in the lineup so far, and this will serve as your management server as well as a backup node for any backups wherever this resides. Keep in mind, if you are in a multi-site deployment that will require more than one DP series device, then you must have at least one DP7400 to manage your entire ActiveProtect environment. And there are two other devices in the lineup, the DP340 and the DP320, a 4-bay and a 2-bay device respectively. And these devices are intended to be utilized at your remote locations that you might have smaller data loads. You can place these DP desktop devices at those sites and control their backups centrally from your DP7400. And if you take a look at DP7400, it's capable of managing 2,500 other Synology backup servers and up to 150K workloads. Also, any other DP7400 in your site for ActiveProtect Manager can serve as your management failover device. You can manually failover the management and recovery portals for ActiveProtect Manager to any other DP7400 in your cluster. There's also built-in hypervisor support in this unit, and it's the highest performing unit in this lineup. You can have up to 9 virtual machines supported depending on their configuration with the default RAM. And there's also a RAM upgrade to allow for up to 17 virtual machines, again, depending on the configuration of the cores and RAM for those virtual machines themselves. Now, this is a 12-bay device. It comes with 10 pieces of 20 terabytes Synology hard drives, as well as two 3.84 terabyte Synology SSDs. The DP340 is an ideal device for remote offsite backups, office backups, designed as a compact 4-bay desktop unit. It works alongside a central DP7400, which acts as the management server across all sites. The DP340 small footprint allows for quick and seamless deployment at branch locations. This device includes built-in hypervisor support, though its CPU is less powerful than the big DP, so it can run only about 2 virtual machines locally. The hypervisor is mainly used for backup verification, but it can also support lightweight critical VMs such as a domain controller at remote sites. The DP340 comes equipped with 4 pieces of 8 terabyte Synology Enterprise hard drives and 2 Synology M2 NVMe drives for caching. Alongside the DP340, there's the smallest DP so far, DP320, again a desktop unit designed for remote office backups. Like the DP340, it includes built-in hypervisor support, though its CPU is less powerful, limiting its capabilities compared to the DP340. The hypervisor on the DP320 is mainly intended for backup verification or running very lightweight virtual machines. This device has, this device has 2 bays and comes equipped with 2 pieces of 8 terabyte Synology hard drives. Moving on into section 3 on integration scenarios. I hope you are still there and focused, but we'll for sure finish it soon enough. We have already gone over smaller deployments and overall construction of the site, and these integration scenarios are so different scenarios that you might find yourself in as a seasoned Synology user or a user that is bound by certain compliance requirements. In this section, we are going to go over some different questions and how we would answer those questions utilizing the features inside of ActiveProtect Manager. So one question you might have is, what if I'm already using Active Backup for Business, ABB? How does that fit into ActiveProtect Manager? So with Active Backup 3.0, it is going to be capable of being managed by your DP7400 management server. So you are going to be able to manage all of the tasks from single dashboard, and you can have that Active Backup node join your ActiveProtect Management Manager site. So we'll show you how with demo. So just like the DP340, you need a connect key to join the system. So we will be copying these connect keys. And the ABB device has Active Backup 3.0 installed and includes the management center setting. So we paste the connect key, click on next, and done. The connection completes in just a few minutes. We fast forwarded here. The ABB device is now managed by ActiveProtect Manager and becomes locked on the NAS. Well, I guess we will go to ActiveProtect Manager again. Yes. And here you see the active ABB device. And it's syncing already. And existing protection plans are automatically converted to the ActiveProtect format. You can easily edit them just like native ActiveProtect Manager plans using backup copy. Backup can be sent to other device or offsite storage. We can enable backup copy and we can select the destination again. It can also be backed up in a remote storage. And that's how you add ABB to your ActiveProtect Manager cluster. Now for our last question here is for all of you that you may have some compliance concerns. You may have a question such as we are in a highly secure environment, what are the best practices for networking security? Now, air gap and isolation are the ways that you're going to meet those needs for your environment. Air gapping, as we are going to see in just a minute, it helps you to bring your copy, backup copy server offline periodically so that if an encryption event occurs, that backup copy may be completely offline when the ransomware begins to attack that environment on that other side. So by having that air gap in place, you are able to have that device reduce its exposure to ransomware overall. Likewise, there's also a concept of isolation inside of the APM environment. Unlike Active Backup for Business, ABB, in a regular Synology NAS, there is a dedicated management and data flow port, and we'll take a look at a diagram to see what the best practices surrounding that are. For now, let's go ahead and check our air gap and isolation. As promised, this is the best practice for the overall isolation procedure for your ActiveProtect appliance. As you can see, there's a data network interface card and the management network interface card. And you can see that data flow for that whole environment is connected directly to your production workload. So it can actually receive the backups. Your management network interface is on a completely different network, completely different security posture than your overall production data flow ports. So whenever you are setting up your ActiveProtect Manager environment, know that it is the best practice to isolate your management and data flow ports similar to other enterprise vendors out there. So we'll look air gap implementation here with demo. So we'll see how you enable air gap. And we are in the dashboard again. Did I start the demo? Yes. We'll go to backup servers. And we will select our backup target, for example, APM device here. And under air gap, you can allow access only from specific IP addresses. And we can go to isolation settings and click on deny all connections. And you can block connections, disable network interfaces, or even shut down the server if needed. So we'll click on apply to set backup copy. And if you click on apply, we schedule the isolation. Now your backup target is actually protected with air gap. And that concludes our webinar today. I hope you enjoyed it and learned some useful information about ActiveProtect appliances and also the dedicated operating system, ActiveProtect manager, and I wish you a great day and hope to see you in the future webinars. I will stop sharing screen here to see the chat if you have any. Hi, Cairo. Yeah, you can only run ActiveProtect Manager on DP series devices. That's true. Yes. ActiveProtect Manager is the dedicated operating system just for DP series, and DSM will still go on with the other models. This is just for data protect series. So I hope it was. I hope everything was clear for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach us out, and me or my colleagues. You can also create tickets if you have any questions, and we will for sure organize these kind of events and webinars regularly, and hope to see you in the future webinars. And now I'm closing the webinar. Thank you for your attention and thank you for coming, and I wish you a great day.